Why? There's going to be a little bit of a update on Yu-Gi-Oh! Unleashed during this, so I'm just going to skip past it. If it's fine with everyone. It is? Okay, good. Let's go.
Now serving discount and nutritious potato man.
GX was weird. I know, right?
You know what? Why not? Let's make some support for it.
For some reason.
If they can be this lazy, so can I.
That's a good lesson
Hello,
to live life by.
Archtype / what if support video.
Thing.
Spices. We're doing spices.
Why not?
Because this is a deck that you probably wanted.
Truly.
I mean, if Konami's
It's probably
desperate
April Fool's
enough to
Day
print
deck.
appliances for crying out loud, then
They haven't
why not?
They haven't printed cooked
Spices.
cows, and they never should.
Here's another what if support video. If spices were real.
They are real. Not the
Spices.
deck, but spices.
Regardless, I'm
Okay,
Esco
we're
Knight,
back.
and this is what I did for spices.
Spices.
Because I can!
It's a good reason. Carrots Man, level 3 Earth Monster. Plant effect 800 attack, 900 defense. It discards normal or special summon 1 level 4 or lower plant monster from your hand or deck, except Carrot Man. It's a very versatile effect and very powerful. You can special summon any level 4 or lower plant monster from your deck. Like, I know you're supposed to go with the, like, Spice archetype, but I'm just gonna call it archetype in air quotes, you know. But you can just summon this, special Lone Fire Blossom, use Lone Fire 3 times, like, or give or take, and you cycle through 5 cards. This thing is just basically 3 more copies of Lone Fire. God forbid there's in the Sun Avalon deck. Anyway, if a Spice card is activated while this card is on the field, add 1 Potato Man or Onion Man from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effective Carrot Man once per turn. You don't even need to explain why you play this. I don't? Good. I already did technically. Potato Man, level 3 Earth. 900 attack, 800 defense. Plant effect monster. If this card is summoned, add 1 Spice spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If a Spice card is activated while this card is on the field, destroy 1 card on your opponent's field. You can only use each effective Potato Man once per turn. On summon, it searches one of your Spice cards, which is your main archetype thing in the fledger. I'm just calling the Spice archetype for simplicity's sake. I already explained that. I love repeating myself. But yeah, these seem to all have the effect of, like, when a Spice card is activated on the field, do a thing. And destroying a card in the opponent's field is not as bad. The first one's better, but this one you could be fine taking in. Onion Man, level 4 Earth. 1200 attack and defense. Plant. They're all plants. I'm just going to stop mentioning it, and probably the Earth part too. If this card is summoned, add 1 level 4 or lower Earth plant monster or 1 Curry Fiend Rue from or deck. I guess it's supposed to be your deck to your hand. It's very versatile because you can just add any level 4 or lower Earth plant monster, which is a good chunk of them. I think again, Sun Avalon I think goes back. I don't know for sure. I don't even know if you would throw effect monsters in because that might throw it up. But then again, Lone Fire is thrown in, so maybe. If a Spice card is activated while this card is face up on the field, banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand. You only use each effective Onion Man once per turn. Are these just being like Trishula? In a sense. Pretty powerful effect though, just being able to banish a random card in your opponent's hand. Just bye. Oh god, I'm not getting into the frickin' Sarah skill mind of the planet. Ugh. Anyway, yeah. Very nice. Curry Fiend Rue, level 8 Fire Monster. 0 attack and defense, it's a Fiend type monster. You can discard this card, add 1 Curry Pot from your deck to your hand. This card gains 200 attack for each Spice spell in your GUI and 300 attack for each monster banished. If this card is summoned, return all banished Spice cards to your graveyard. If this card would leave the field, you can banish 1 Spice card from your GUI instead. It's a very powerful monster because you can just it can search its archetype's own main playmaker in a sense. It also gains a good power boost from the spells and monsters in the graveyard. And it's all banished monsters. Imagine this in like a frickin', I don't know, any card banished deck. And on summon, it can return all banished Spice cards to the graveyard. Not that you would do that, considering you want to keep them there so you can get the power boost. But Actually, it gets more powerful than being a GY, so no, you wouldn't. Never mind. In this card would leave the field, you can banish the spice cards you just put back in the GY anyway. So yeah, very handy guy. Depending on how many spice cards you have, this thing could get you pretty beefy stats. No, I can't put a number on for sure. Spells and traps. Curry Pot, continuous spell. All monsters that are destroyed while on the field are banished instead. It's your macrocosmos, dimensional fissure, all that stuff. If you have 3 or more earth plant monsters with different names that are banished, you can special summon 1 Curry Fiend Brood from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And if you do, banish all face-up monsters that your opponent controls. It's very violent. And again, for an archetype this bad, you kind of need shit like that. I mean, Warlock's got a one-sided skill drain. You know what? They're still crap. So yeah. They get their own basically macro, well not macro kind of, more dimensional fissure, because macrocosmos is everything. And you can special summon the Curry Fiend Root, which is funny because the Curry Fiend Root can search this. So you could use the Curry Fiend Root effect, this card, then activate this, and then assuming you already have them that are banished, you can just have Curry Fiend Root, bring back the one you discarded. So yeah. I don't think that effect is a once per turn, so you could probably summon more than 1 Curry Fiend Root. Assuming it is, if it's not on active and it's just an on activation, you can do it, then fine, but that's still pretty versatile to be fair. Nice card. Red Pepper Spice, normal spell. All monsters you control gain 300 attack, and all monsters your opponent control lose 300 attack. Woo. Once per turn, you can banish this card from your GY, add 1 level 4 or lower plant earth monster or curry pot from your deck to your hand. Okay, so the on-field effect is crap, but this is great for a great Foolish Burial Goods start, considering you can search a lot of stuff. So, it kind of evens out. Sort of like Ojama do in a sense, where the field effect is crap. The graveyard effect, nice. Spiced Cinnamon. Normal spell. Change the battle position of 1 monster your opponent controls and 1 monster you control and 1 monster your opponent controls. Or you can switch it yourself. Weird. Once per turn, you can banish this card from your GY, add 1 spice card from your deck to your hand except Spiced Cinnamon. Again, Foolish Burial Goods is better than the actual on-field effect, but it's fine considering you're banishing these things, but Curry Fiend Blues bring them right back anyway, so meh. Spice Caraway, normal spell. Inflict 200 damage to your opponent, then gain 200 life points. Oh boy. It's worse Goblin Thief. I know this is all just being lifted straight from the anime, but it's still one of those where it's like, oh no. Once per turn, you can banish this card from your GY, send 1 spice card, except Spice Caraway from your deck to your GY. This thing could be its own Foolish Burial Goods. Oh, you might Foolish Burial Goods this thing to send another one, and then just basically stockpile for more Curry Fiend Brew later. So, yeah. It's like one of the worst burn cards ever made. Well, not one of when Sparks is literally in the game, but Sparks has a meme factor to it, so even if it's not the worst burn card of the game, well, kind of is, but anyway. Spice Cumin, normal trap. I don't want to come in, this one's asking me to come in Spice Rex. Ugh. If a monster you control is destroyed, special summon up to 2 plant earth monsters from your hand or deck. If you do, they cannot be destroyed this turn. Do I need to explain how busted this thing actually is? Yeah, you have to wait for your card to be destroyed. That's pretty bad. But the fact that you can summon 2 plant earth monsters, it doesn't specify a level for the record, so I guess you could summon, like, I don't know, one of the Titanium Princess Chamelea's Plant Princess things. I know she's fire, but shut up. And just summon it immediately, because it doesn't have a level limit. So, yeah, the activation condition is crap, but it's worth it, debatably. Plus, it's just destroyed in general, not destroyed by battle. It could be like Raigeki or the Lightning Storms. Do people still play that? Probably. You can banish this card from your GY, shuffle up to 3 plant monsters that are banished into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only use 1 Spice Cumin per turn. It's a handy part of the ever sort of effect. It's probably one of the lesser effects of the 3 banished ones, but still, like, it's alright, I guess.
And that was my episode on spices. Because why not? I must go night.
Good enough a reason as any.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Also, if you like some of the editing that I did in this video, you can check out my sister channel, Escode Talker.
I never actually checked that
Basically,
out.
on that channel, I do a lot of, skits like,
I did see.
skits like this.
I did like
TV
the Sonic
shows,
one.
video games, whatever else.
I checked out the.
I also did a
With the
tier
movie
list
design,
for
so
DreamWorks
like
movies
that.
on that channel, which you can look at in the link in the description.
I'd say shameless plug, but it's
Later.
its own content, so I'm kind of less mad at that. At least it's not for Raid Shadow Legends. Why does this exist? God only knows. But hey, it's for the memes, and you know what? They made Sue Ships IRO, okay? They'd make this. If they're that desperate for nostalgia support, they'll fucking make this. Oh boy, what is the world coming to?